what's my experience growing up? I mean, so it's really interesting as I look at my own life and my own childhood and my own story, because when I was growing up, like really young, between the ages of, from when I was born to maybe 10, I remember so clearly only being attracted to women, only attracted to women. And
Okay.
um, And yeah, and we all, I think, know what that's like, or kind of the body sensations that come with seeing like a pretty woman or seeing like a naked woman, or
Mm-hmm.
um, just like getting excited by something or getting turned on or being aroused, right?
Right.
And and then at some point, and it's been hard for me to identify, but at some point, ages 10 to 12, there was this moment where I noticed I was attracted to men. I noticed that I was
Mm-hmm.
attracted to men. Um, and in that moment, I immediately decided like something's wrong. Like this shouldn't be. And, based on my religious upbringing and based on what I knew about the church and what was expected of me, which was to have an arranged marriage and be with one woman for life and to prepare for that future, just the whole world of something's wrong here, started for me as a conversation. And it just kept getting bigger and bigger. Like, something's wrong. I need to fix something about me. What happened to me? Like what made this happen?
Hmm.
And then it kind of started that journey of like the not good enough journey. And
Hmm.
I think my parents are really great parents. They never were, outwardly for like expressed about homosexuality being the greatest sin you could ever, I don't know, commit. They were
Hmm.
never vicious or vocal about that so much, but it was more like I didn't feel safe talking about it with them. So it stayed over here with me. There just wasn't safety or a sense of real freedom to talk. And so that's kind of what I carried, was like, what
Hmm.
is this? Something's wrong with me.
Hmm.
And I couldn't even tell what it really was. It was just like, wow, I'm attracted to men and I don't know what to do about that.
Hmm.
Toy, it looks like you're chewing on a question there.
I am. I'm just trying to figure out how to phrase it, I guess. But like, so how did that make you feel? Like, being sandwiched between all these emotions and
Mm.
whatnot, and like like the situation that you were in.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I think all of us go through some version of this, but I just felt very alone. I felt
Hmm.
like no one else was going through what I went through, um, and it was also in the, I think I don't know if you guys have talked about pornography on your podcast, but I think
Not yet.
not yet. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, all men, I
We
think
have a plan.
most young men get involved in that, or, they get hit with it in some way. And so it was at that time where it was like being exposed to porn and like, um, just like having to hide all this stuff that was going on in my life because I was so scared of uh, not being loved or accepted
Hmm.
by my family and friends. And because I was withholding all of that, I just had no idea any of it was happening for other people.
I see.
So, you just make up like I'm the only one going through this, or I'm the only one dealing with this. So just
Hmm.
feeling alone, feeling disconnected, feeling scared, feeling all of that.
Yeah. I had an
Did
experience. Huh? Go
mm,
ahead.
Tor, go ahead.
Go to
yeah. So did you have anyone to talk to about this? Like, when was the first time you were able to really
Mm,
be able to talk about
mm,
what you were feeling openly?
yeah. I, re-
No, no, go ahead.
I just really appreciate your questions. They're really awesome questions, guys. Yeah, I remember having this really funny experience. I was a senior in high school. I was 18. And at the time, I was really struggling because I was just kind of like, who am I and what is my life about? And I felt like I didn't know if I believed in God, and I didn't know if I wanted to be a part of the church. And I was in high school, and I didn't really feel really, really connected to people in high school. Um, And so I was always just like searching for like like who am I? What's next for me? What is my life about?
Hmm.
Um, and because I was withholding so much emotion and so much, um, just like all this stuff that was going on for many, many years, I had this experience where it just had to come all out. Like it just had to get expressed.
Hmm.
So I remember I got really upset about something, and I took my parents' car and I just started driving. It was in my senior year, and I was just so stuck about my life, and I just started driving around my city all day. I didn't tell my parents where I was going, or I wasn't communicating that with them. I wasn't responding to text, and I was just kind of wallowing in my sadness and
Right.
like how stuck I felt. And um, I just spent the whole day driving around my town in Connecticut, and it was so dramatic looking back. But I finally ended up at my beach. It was like late at night, and I was
Mm-hmm.
at my beach, and I was parked, and it was dark outside, and my mom, who was like searching for me, came and found me. She just like guessed that I might be there,
Mm.
and which was really beautiful. And she drove to the beach, and she found me, and then we were sitting in the car next to each other, and yeah, we were just sharing. She just came and sat next to me, and we were sharing and talking. And anyways, what came up was like everything that was ever unsaid. Like,
Mm.
like I've watched porn, and and I think I might be gay, and what was so surprising was that my mom just had so much space for it. And
Mm.
she actually laughed, she giggled, she was like, "Oh my God, everyone has dealt with something like this." And
Right.
for me, it was like I'm the only one on the planet, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's like, it's the whole planet. It's like the whole planet. It goes through stuff like this,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was just sobbing, and she was loving me, and it was like the first time where I just really got to express with her everything that I was so terrified of sharing.
Mm.
And it was really powerful in many ways, and also at the same time, it was like it left me still with some sense of uncertainty. And for me, I never was someone who was like, I'm gay. I know it.
Mm.
It was never this conclusive fact. What was really there was like, I'm attracted to men. What does this mean?
I see.
It was a really long time that it took for me to actually make a choice about something, or own something, or decide something. It was never, I was always trying to figure it out versus be like, I'm gay. What am I going to do about this? So it was more like, I'm attracted to men. Is this real? Is this a phase?
Right, right.
Something that I'm just questioning. So anyways, yeah, I didn't really have anyone to talk about to finally answer your question, Tora, but my mom was the first person I really shared with for the first time, and that opened up some space to just
Mm.
continue my journey.
For those of you who don't know, Sam also has a twin sister. So was it hard or difficult trying to talk to her about it at all in any way, or?
Oh yeah, geez. There's so many stories, but um, yeah, I ended up telling my sister 2 years later, actually, after
Mm.
that point. And so my sister and I were really tight. We're best friends. We weren't always that way. In high
I
school,
see.
we were pretty competitive in a way, or even kind of judgmental towards each other. Um, but when we finished high school, we both decided to take our own gap years, and I chose to go to STF in Europe, which was like totally exciting for me. Such a mystery. I was like, "What is STF? What are we gonna do?" But I'm going to Germany, so it's all good. And then my sister decided to go to NGA, and so we were kind of going separate ways for the first time. Um, and after I'd finished that first gap year, I decided I wanted more. I learned, anyways. There's such a story all of us have around the gap years we took, probably, but
Right.
I decided I wanted more, so I ended up going to NGA with Virginia and my sister.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then there was a moment at the end of the year where I just got to share that with her, and it was really scary because
Mm.
yeah, she's the person in my life that I don't know, she's my
Her opinion matters the most to you.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
her
Mm.
her 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 love matters the most in a way, and not like as the truth, but more like it's like if she doesn't love me, like what is my life like? That was like the kind of fear I had. It's like
Mm.
what if she doesn't love me anymore?
Right.
And yeah, and then when she thought I had killed someone. That's what she. That's like, I was like, I have to tell you something, and I just could not say it. And we were sitting actually like in a pool of water in front of a waterfall. It was like,
Wow.
yeah, it was really cool. And we were on this like hike, and we were like around this waterfall, and yeah, I think it was, anyways. And yeah, and I couldn't say it, and she said, did you hurt someone? Did you kill someone or something
Oh
like that?
wow.
Yeah, and because it was this big, big, big
Oh my
secret. And
God.
Mm-mm.
yeah, anyways, she was like, I love you, and it's all good. And it's been that way ever since. So
Amazing.